Once upon a time, in a peaceful meadow surrounded by a dense forest, lived a brave rabbit named Benny. Benny was small but quick-witted, with a heart bigger than his fluffy white tail. One sunny afternoon, as Benny was hopping around the meadow, he heard a commotion near the edge of the forest. Curious, he followed the noise and discovered that the animals were gathered around, looking distressed. As he approached, he saw a sly fox named Fergus pacing back and forth, boasting about how he was going to take over the meadow and make all the animals his servants. "Listen up, all of you," Fergus announced. "From now on, you will bring me food every day, or else I will chase you down and eat you myself." The animals trembled with fear. The squirrels chattered nervously, the birds flapped their wings in panic, and the mice scurried to find hiding places. But Benny, despite his small size, felt a surge of courage. He hopped forward and stood before Fergus. "Fergus," Benny declared, his voice steady, "you can't scare us. This meadow belongs to all of us, and we will not be bullied by you." Fergus laughed, a sinister glint in his eyes. "And what can a tiny rabbit like you do to stop me?" Benny knew he had to be smart. He looked around and noticed a thorny bush nearby. "I challenge you to a race through the meadow," Benny said. "If you win, we will do as you say, but if I win, you must leave us in peace forever." Fergus, confident in his speed, agreed to the challenge. The other animals, though worried, admired Benny's bravery and hoped for a miracle.
The race began. Fergus darted ahead, sure of his victory. But Benny had a plan. He led Fergus through the trickiest parts of the meadow, weaving through thick patches of tall grass, and jumping over rocks. As they approached the thorny bush, Benny sped up and squeezed through a narrow gap. He knew well. Fergus, chasing close behind, didn't notice the thorns until it was too late. Fergus yelped as the thorns scratched his fur and slowed him down. Benny took this opportunity to sprint ahead. By the time Fergus freed himself from the bush, Benny had already crossed the finish line, where the animals cheered loudly. Panting and covered in scratches, Fergus admitted defeat. "You win, Benny," he growled, trying to hide his embarrassment. "A deal is a deal. I will leave this meadow and never bother you again." True to his word, Fergus slinked away into the forest, and the meadow was peaceful once more. The animals gathered around Benny, lifting him up and celebrating his bravery. From that day on, Benny was known as the bravest rabbit in the meadow. He taught all the animals that courage isn't about being the biggest or the strongest. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is stand up for what is right, no matter how small you are. And so the animals lived happily, always remembering Benny's lesson. True bravery comes from the heart. Moral of the story: courage is not about size or strength, but about standing up for what is right and facing challenges with bravery and intelligence. Subscribe channel for more stories, and not forget to press bell icon.